What is stopping you from being super wealthy and super successful? There has never been an easier time to create wealth, freedom, success, and to have the impact that you want to have and to live life on your terms. So if you're not creating the wealth and success, why not? What's keeping you stuck? What is stopping you? What is holding you back? I'm Marguerita, Mindset Coach, Business Strategist, and today I'm going to be going through some very powerful questions that I use with my clients to help uncover the fears, the doubts, the limiting beliefs, the stories, the BS belief systems that are going on in your subconscious that are stopping you from taking the action that you need to take and living the life of your dreams. As somebody who has helped thousands of entrepreneurs to clear out their fears, doubts, and what has been holding them back, and help them with strategies and plans to help build their soul aligned business, I want to help you to be able to take advantage of this revolution that is unfolding right now. As I said, it has never been easier to create wealth and success. When you compare today's technology and the opportunities that abound in this modern day and age to 50 years ago, 100 years ago, man, it is absolutely unbelievable. You know, my dad, he started his business, gosh, must have been almost 60 years ago now, because my dad, bless his soul, died at 99 4 years ago, so he would have been 103. Yeah, he was born in 1922, so he would have been 103 now. So he started his business and he was an instrument fitter. So he did things like the instruments in car dashboards, and he worked for the sugar mills in a little place called Bundaberg in Queensland, and he contracted to the sugar mills and he helped to work on their automated systems. He helped to build one of their first computers back in the 70s, like at just an entire lifetime ago, a generation ago, and the computers in those days, he said, filled an entire room. He couldn't understand the computers of the modern day and age if he was still alive, but he was quite a smart guy when he started his business, and he took so much risk. So mum and dad had two small boys, so he had to feed the family, and it was a massive risk that he took starting his business. And mum backed him all the way, and it was hard, man. They built it from the ground up. He had nobody to back him. He had nothing to fall back on. It was just him. And and he worked really, really hard and really long hours, and he built a reasonable business. It was a good 6 figures by the time he wrapped it up. But he worked long hours. My father literally worked about 120 hours a week for 20 something years to service that business. So it is not that hard now. It is so much easier. If you worked that hard now and you didn't build an 8-figure business, then you're doing something wrong, because technology and the advances that we have right now, it is so much easier. So let's dive into the subconscious, because the only thing that is holding you back is the beliefs, the fears, the doubts, and the limiting beliefs. So what you want to do is do the work, the journaling, and uncover what is actually getting you stuck back here. What are the limiting beliefs and the stories that are telling you that it's not safe, that you're not good enough, that you don't deserve it, okay? Because they're the 3 primary foundational things that will stop you from achieving anything, right? So these are the questions. I want you to get a pen and piece of paper. If you need to, pause this video, grab a pen and a piece of paper, because I'm going to give you a series of questions to ask your subconscious. You're going to need to do some work. Sorry about that. So the first question, are you ready? What's slowing me down, holding me back, and standing in the way of me achieving my goals? What's slowing me down, holding me back, and standing in the way of me achieving my goals? So, I guess the first question should really be, do you know what your goals are? Are you absolutely crystal clear on what it is that you want to achieve? If you're not clear, then that's the first question, right? And then if you are clear, but you're procrastinating, or you're just not getting the results, or you're not doing enough work, or you keep finding excuses. Remember, you can make excuses or you can make money, but you can't do both, right? So get absolutely clear. And then what's slowing me down, holding me back, and standing in the way of me achieving my goals and dreams? Okay, so you've got that written down. You can use these later, okay? These are powerful questions. The next question is, what am I most afraid of? What am I most afraid of? Because if you're not taking the action, if you're procrastinating, if you're finding all the reasons and excuses why you can't or why it's not the right time, then there's something that you're afraid of about going all in on achieving that goal. Maybe it's that you're afraid of disappointment. Because, hey, have you experienced disappointment in the past? Yeah, I sure have. Maybe it's the fear of failure. Maybe it's a fear of success. Maybe you perceive that there is something really painful if you're successful. Maybe it's afraid of judgment and criticism and humiliation. Maybe it's a fear of loss, losing friends, losing family. Maybe it's a fear that, or a belief that you're not good enough. So there's all these different fears and blocks that we have. It's uncovering what those fears are. Now, the biggest part of the problem is uncovering what they are, because you know that once you uncover what these fears, doubts, and blocks and stories are, then you can use EFT tapping to be able to clear them. Now, at the end of this video, I am going to put up here a really powerful tapping video that will help you to clear and let go of a lot of your blocks. So I have dozens and dozens of EFT tapping videos that are available for you in the Wealth Consciousness Movement. If you're not in there yet, it is all free. Go and register. But the video that I'll share at the end is a very powerful video. If you've not experienced tapping before, that will show you just how quickly you can move your crap and get out of your own way using this technique. Like, literally works in minutes. So just stick around and that will be up there at the end of this video. So the next question, you've just asked, what am I most afraid of? So the next question is, what is the downside of achieving my goal, my vision, my dream, being rich, wealthy, and successful? You don't have to put all that in it. But what is the downside of achieving my goal? Now, you may go, wait a minute, downside? What downside? I want to be rich AF. How can there be a downside? Well, here's the thing. If you're not going all in and if you're not making progress, like, I'm not saying this is going to happen overnight, but if you're not at least making progress and doing the work that you need to do to achieve the goal, and you're not all in and you're not committed, then your subconscious perceives a downside. So maybe the question should be, what is the perceived downside? Right? And you work with the subconscious on these questions. So what you're doing is you're saying, subconscious, what downside do you think is a part of my success, the goal that I want to achieve? What are you actually really concerned about happening? So, for instance, when you get rich AF, do you have judgments about rich and wealthy people? Do you think they're mean, greedy, selfish, thoughtless, cruel, criminals? If you have judgments about rich and wealthy people, then why on earth would you want to be one? Yeah? Or if you have seen rich and wealthy people who mistreat others, or if you've seen rich and wealthy people go through some sort of disaster, lose their relationships. Okay, here's one for you. Maybe you saw your parents have arguments over money when you were a child, and you have this belief that money causes conflict, that money causes arguments. Maybe your mum and dad used to argue about money all the time, and maybe they split up, got a divorce, Maybe you might have decided in your subconscious that money causes divorce. Money ruins relationships. So that's just one. There could be thousands of potential beliefs that you have around money that are a downside of you being wealthy and successful. Maybe you think you'll never find love, true love, if you're rich and wealthy, because when you're rich and wealthy, everybody will want to be with you just because of your money, just because you're rich and wealthy. Do you see how this works? So whatever that downside is, if the downside is perceived to be more painful than the upside, you'll just stop yourself in your tracks. You will sabotage yourself. You will do whatever it takes to avoid achieving the goal. Okay? So, what's the potential downside of achieving your goal? Now, the next question is, what is the potential upside of staying where I am? Again, it works the same way as the last question, and it seems the same, but it's not. It will yield different results. So these questions are incredibly powerful. And if you ask these and you use these on a regular basis, I guarantee you are going to uncover in this labyrinth, your brain, what is slowing you down, standing in the way, holding you back, and stopping you from achieving your goals. And that's another question you can ask. You can just simply ask your subconscious, what's stopping me? What's stopping me from going all in? What's stopping me from achieving my goals? And work with your subconscious on these questions, okay? Another question, what do I need to let go of? Subconscious mind, what do I need to let go of to get on the fast track to achieving my goals? Now, when you first start asking these questions, you may come up with nothing. What you need to do is sit, be still. Don't reach for the answers. Allow your subconscious to give you the answers. Work with your subconscious. This is a skill that you will develop over time. You will develop the awareness. You will develop the ability to communicate with your subconscious in such a way, and you will develop a relationship with your subconscious that these answers become more evident as you progress along your journey. This skill will absolutely help you to go to infinity and beyond in your journey. Now, if you're really ready to go all in on creating wealth, freedom, and impact, then you really want to get your hands on my free guide, 20 wealth creation tips for conscious entrepreneurs. All you need to do is comment I'm ready in the comments below, and I will send you the link to download the free guide. This is a comprehensive guide that you can work through with exercises, with tips, with knowledge, with strategies, with systems that are going to help you to get from where you are now to where you want to be a lot faster. Being an entrepreneur can be incredibly rewarding. It can also be incredibly frustrating if you don't have the right information, the right knowledge, the right strategies. So download, just type I'm ready to go and download my free guide, the 20 wealth creation tips for conscious entrepreneurs. And if you have like this, like and subscribe, comment below. And remember, if you want that next video for the EFT tapping that's going to help you to release some of this BS that's holding you back, then the video is right there. I look forward to seeing you in another video very soon. Ciao for now.